So we've covered the topic of why protein is essential and how much we should aim to eat. In this video, we'll go deeper in how to eat more protein and from what sources. When you first start with this diet, you'll probably have difficulty getting the daily recommended protein amount. This is totally natural, and we all have the same challenge. That's why I want to show you some ideas and things you can do to help you get enough protein. The first thing you should know is that protein quality differs significantly between different sources. For example, protein from broccoli has much lower quality than protein from eggs. It is called the amino acid score. Basically, what it means is that the higher the score, the more beneficial amino acids the protein consists of are. For example, you can only use some of the broccoli protein because it doesn't have many amino acids that make up our muscles. Simultaneously, eggs, for example, have the complete coverage of amino acids in our body to use them for everything. But the amino acid score isn't all there is to it. We also have to consider what comes with the protein. There's never just lean protein in nature. For example, if we eat processed meats like sausages, we get processed fats and potentially harmful additives. As for eating salmon, we get pure protein with excellent quality omega fats. So the first thing you should learn is to fill your diet with higher amino acid score protein from quality sources. What are these? The best natural quality protein sources are fish and other water life like shrimp. Fish has unique omega-3 fatty acid content you'll get nowhere else and perfect protein quality. Crustaceans and eggs also perfect protein quality with lots of good fats and micronutrients. Chicken and other poultry, quality protein without too much extra fat. Low-fat dairy just because we can get the fat calories from much better sources like cottage cheese, curd, plain yogurt, and sometimes protein bars and drinks. Low-fat meat, also liver and other organs, same fat principle. Soy protein and some other plant-based high-quality protein. Also protein supplements, but we'll talk about those later. So the most significant portion of your protein should come from those sources. What other or secondary protein sources are there to fill your need? Nuts and seeds from which you will get a decent quality protein, but also fats, minerals, fibers, and other micronutrients. Legumes, lentils, and beans, oats, quinoa, and some other plants. So, knowing that, how do you get to eat this amount of protein? By planning, we are all programmed to eat lots of carbohydrates, biologically and socially. So we have to work to get the protein consumption up. The best way is to start planning and writing down the amounts. Try and test different online apps and software. There are many great programs out there, some even for free. For example, MyFitnessPal at myfitnesspal.com. The more you plan and write down your eating, the more you'll learn. It is an invaluable experience. You should start by trying to add a half to 1/5 size portion of protein to every meal. For example, 2 eggs for breakfast, 2 chicken breasts for lunch, 1 can of tuna and olive oil for supper, 200 grams of cottage cheese for snack. Secondly, you can make almost every food with more protein. If you like to cook or prepare your own food, try to start thinking of ways to raise protein content in those foods. For example, when making oatmeal for breakfast, you can add a spoonful or 2 chocolate protein powder to it, or even dump a skillet. Some people even blend eggs into their coffee. But be creative. Third, use protein supplements. I know, protein supplements are for steroid-addicted, over-aggressive bodybuilders and gyms. Protein supplements are a nice way to cover the protein need when nothing else comes to mind. Those don't have to be protein powders. For example, you can use a good low-carb protein bar when you're lazy, on a trip, or just want a sweet snack. There are also protein protein puddings, protein smoothies, and a big variety of protein powders. Keep at least some options in your kitchen cupboard or workplace lunchroom. So there are ways to add protein to your diet. It takes a little practice, but if you do it purposefully, then you'll get intuitive in no time. On the other hand, if you just try to eat more protein without an effort, you probably won't get enough.